everyone, it's Natasha Red here. Welcome back to my channel. First off, Happy New Year. It is the beginning of the year at the time that I'm filming this. Hopefully I get this up for y'all ASAP. But I know that in the beginning of the year, everybody is still focused on accomplishing their goals. And I know for a lot of people that entails health, diet, and fitness. So this video is going to be catering to that today based off, as you can tell on the title. I'm going to be talking about tips and tricks for people to transition into the ketogenic lifestyle, especially those of us who are overweight / obese or morbidly obese. The reason why I wanted to make this video is when I started keto last year, I did a lot of research before getting into it, but one thing that I did not find much about is specific tips and tricks for people who are actually obese. I feel like that's important because when you are obese, there are some pretty intensive issues that are prevalent that are not necessarily prevalent in the average person going on a diet, such as your relationship with food, your emotions, your sense of discipline, your sense of confidence and belief that you can actually achieve the diet, your sense of being able to make disciplined, tangible steps into achieving it. And I did this slow transition into ketosis and ketogenic lifestyle last year, and because I did do this slow transition I was able to stay on it for 11 months and I lost 71 pounds in the last year. That couldn't have been done if I didn't take these slow but steady steps into ketosis, because had I tried to do it cold turkey, I would not have succeeded. If you're interested in how I transitioned into ketosis as an obese person, then just keep on watching. I'll give you guys a little bit of backstory on me. Like I said, I did start keto in the beginning of 2019, January 2019, and I did it until November 2019. And I stopped for the holiday season. So from November to current, I have been off keto. I'm going to start back on keto following week from now. So the second week of the new year. And I just did that because I wanted to really enjoy the holiday season. While I was on keto, I only went off keto during 2 weeks, 1 week in August and 1 week in October. 1 week for my sister's birthday, 1 week for my birthday. Other than that, I stayed on keto and I was still able to lose the 71 pounds. And that was honestly with minimal gym and minimal intermittent fasting. Not necessarily proud of those facts, but it's just me putting that out there for you guys. So I would not have been able to achieve that had I not done these steps first. A lot of different videos will tell you to transition in the course of 3 days. I feel like if you're a person who is obese, like I said, there's clearly some issues with your relationship with food that run a little bit deeper than the average person. So you might need more time. For me, I needed 3 weeks to transition. And that is totally okay, because at the end of the day, what matters is that you actually achieve your goal. My goal was to lose 100 pounds within the past year. I hit 71. I'm still unbelievably proud of myself because that is the most weight that I have ever lost in my life. But anyways, okay, so let's go into the first phase, which for me, I did these week by week. It took me 3 weeks. So for week 1, my recommendation is that you cut out all calorie drinks. Period. So for a lot of people who are obese, it's beyond being overweight. So that means you have pretty poor eating habits, more likely than not, and probably consume a lot of pop and juice. I can't assume that that is the case for everyone, but I know that it was the case for me. When I was morbidly obese, when I was at my heaviest weight, I probably had 3 pops or more a day and juice. So I drank juice, milk, orange juice, grape juice, fruit punch, Mountain Dew, Coca-Cola, all day, every day, like it was water. Okay. So just the beverages alone will be a massive switch for a person who is morbidly obese, potentially, okay? So number 1 week, just focus on that. Don't change anything else. Eat whatever you want. Don't worry about tracking anything, but the drinks have to be water, tea, or coffee. You could do, I guess, the little pouches that you sprinkle in your water as long as it's 0 calories. Any drinks that have any calories, we're not doing it. No diet pops, no creamer, heavy whipping cream, no sweeteners, because the important importance of doing this is not only getting your mindset adjusted into, okay, this is what I'm going to be drinking now, but also the aspect of discipline. I think that it is safe to say that a person who is morbidly obese, if they have had failed diet attempts in the past, discipline could be an aspect of that. So I would say that this would be a good first step. And this is so important because when you're on ketosis, beverages and liquids are the fastest way to kick yourself out of ketosis. So you have to be disciplined enough to not fall back on those beverages. And doing this will really give your body and mindset a wake-up call. So that is my number one recommendation. Of course, eventually, as you're fully transitioned into keto, you can do the heavy whipping cream and all that stuff. But I say for the first week, for the sake of discipline and for the sake of getting used to this drastic new change, focus solely on 0 calories in your drinks. Water, tea, and coffee. That's it. Now, week two is going to be the drinks plus removing all visible carbs. So bread, starches, rice, potatoes, things like that. Now, some of your foods may still have carbs in them, but intentionally removing visible carbs, things that you know good and well are carbs, is going to show you again the drastic change that you're going to have when you approach your dinner plate. This is not full-blown keto yet because you may consume something such as fruit, which you may not realize has a lot of carbs in comparison to something like potatoes, which you know has a lot of carbs. So focus on removing all visible carbs on top of maintaining the drinks. Step 3 is to start tracking your food. So now that you've removed visible carbs and you've maintained changing the way that you consume beverages, you're going to track your food, and this will help you to see what you're actually eating, what it has in it. You'll be surprised if you've never done keto or if you never have taken interest into how many carbs your food has. You'll be surprised at what has carbs in it as well as sugar in it. So tracking your food is the number one best tool I can say to making sure that you're staying on track with your nutrient goals, no matter what diet you're doing, because it gives you a detailed outline of what you're eating, what ways it's affecting you, what ways it might have thrown off your diet for the day. For example, when I started tracking, I realized that fruits are pretty heavy in carbs. For some people, it might be like, no shit, Charlotte, but I didn't care about those things. Remember, I was morbidly obese just a few weeks ago, eating whatever I wanted. Now I'm actually caring about what I'm eating and what I'm consuming. So tracking your foods, getting into the habit of that is the next step. Now, if you're not into pen and paper, I don't blame you. Me, I track my foods through my phone. There are several keto apps that you can use to track. Me personally, I like to use MyFitnessPal. I have a premium account. The reason why I like to use MyFitnessPal is because I can break down my macros to the T and see an outline of my progress from not only day to day, but from month to month, year to year. It's just finitely detailed, and I just enjoy that app the most. So that's what I personally would recommend. However, if you don't want to do a premium account or anything, there are several keto apps out there that you can use to track your food, but you need to have to track it. You won't know where you're messing up if you don't have a record of it. And now for the fourth and final step is to intentionally decrease your carbs. So this means actually looking at what other foods may not be visible carbs, such as like potatoes, that you might be consuming that probably would not be the most ideal for a ketogenic diet. Now, I'm never going to say you can't eat this on keto, you can't eat that on keto, because truly you can make whatever work for your macros. However, there are certain foods that are not ideal due to the high amount of carbs and or sugar in them. For example, bananas. Bananas sounds healthy, right? It fits most diets. However, on keto, it is pretty high in carbs and sugar. So that's something that might not have been a visible carb that you removed during phase 2, week 2. However, now at this point, you would probably remove that from your meals. So after you do this 4-week transitionary period, then I would say once you get the hang of it and you're fully getting into ketogenic meals, the ketogenic lifestyle, and you're becoming keto adapted, then I would say it's okay to go on ahead and have a little heavy whipping cream and half in your meal or in your tea or coffee. Have some sweetener, but keep on tracking, especially in the beginning, because it'll definitely help you to see what areas you need to improve, what areas you're doing good in. Also, I would say if you're on Facebook, join a Facebook keto group, because a lot of them, these girlies think they're fucking doctors in these groups, but a lot of them I find are very helpful and provide a lot of information, can help aid you in your process. So yeah, I hope that you guys found these tips helpful. If you did, please let me know in the comments below. Also, if you have any questions, let me know in the comments below. Make sure you subscribe and hit the thumbs up button and leave me a comment. I know I said that twice, but yeah, leave me a comment. Just leave me a comment. Keto on, you guys. We're gonna crush it this year. I can't wait to see somebody else join me in saying, hey, I lost 71 pounds this year too, or beyond. Okay, you don't have to stop at 71 pounds, you know, long as you're doing it healthy. Alrighty guys, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.